Boom dog. I like it. I like it. What's going on, guys? Welcome to my Stock Watch Sunday podcast, video, whatever the heck you want to call it here on YouTube. My name is Brad Smith, and welcome to Own the Chaos. What I do here is I talk about over-the-counter stocks, how to trade them, how to find successes. We have had people in our group take, a $900 trade and turn it into $17,000, and that's not uncommon. I've taken, small accounts, small positions, and turn them into tens of thousands of dollars. And so what I do is I teach you guys and share my, success, how I found success within trading over-the-counter stocks, and how I can help you as well. So if you're joining me for the first time, welcome. I hope that I earn a subscription from you. And if you are here and you are a newbie, please feel free to ask away over here in the chat box any questions you have based off of the topics we're going over today, or just trading in general, and I'll do my best to answer those questions for you. And so let's get to it. So what's going on, guys? Let me welcome some folks here as per the usual. And I see some usual suspects here. Sharon, good to see you. I hope you're doing okay. I knew that you were traveling around, so I hope that you're staying safe and having fun, whatever it is that you're doing. P. Day, what's going on? Alan, always good to see you. Kenneth, yeah, RSH, yeah, we can touch on that real quick. Good to see you find success with that. And LODR, yeah, listen, so we'll get into that as well. But before we go into anything stock related, I just kind of wanted you guys to take a little bit of gander here. Anybody notice this? Huh? So this is what I've been telling you guys, that we were coming out with a t-shirt line and an apparel line, I should say. I don't want to say t-shirt line, apparel line, because it's more than just t-shirts we're coming out with by request from you guys. So the only reason we did this was because you guys, were requesting this. I know I'd done t-shirts in the past, and they was all from the former group that I was with, and so you were sick and tired of seeing that, and you wanted something new and something fresh. So this is what I got out with you. So this is just the regular, thing. If you guys have seen Sons of Anarchy, I kind of like to equate it to that. This is kind of like the OTC original instead of Sons of Anarchy original. I thought that was kind of cool. And it's got a sweet little We Trade HQ here on the sleeve. If you can see here, I'll go ahead and turn around. You can see my sweet little logo on the back. And, I just thought it was cool. I know you guys wanted it, and this is just one example. And I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I know for a fact that you guys have been dying to get shirts that had stuff like this on it. So if you guys can see that, if you guys are a part of our group, we like to share and make memes and stuff. So you can see that is my freaking face that somebody cropped to Jesus. And one of our mottos is buy the effing dip. So it's pretty hilarious. And just so you know that these are authenticated, we're not just throwing them on any crap shirts. This is actually, like, this is what you get. Like, this is legit, guys. Look at that. We Trade HQ right there on the tag. And all kinds of other sweet designs that I don't want to show it all at once, but just to kind of give you an idea of like what it is that we have in store for you as far as apparel goes. And our goal was not to just have you wear this t-shirt while you're mowing or working on your car or whatever else. We want you to wear these, and it's super comfortable, and just and share the community with everybody and anybody who's willing to listen. And so yeah, it's fun. They're not going to be expensive. It's going to be just around the regular price of a typical shirt. And there's going to be hoodies and long sleeve tees, and I'm excited for it. So the store is going to be, or the apparel side of it will be on the website, be available to you guys within about a week or so. Just trying to finalize up some things, and I will let you know exactly when they will be available to purchase. And I know that you're excited for that. So without further ado, I see lots of positive responses to that. So yeah. All right, so the three stocks that I'm watching this week, and again, just to reiterate, these aren't stocks that I am telling you to buy. These are all just my opinion. They're stocks to watch, stocks to see the reactions on them and see the activity to see if there is a potential point of entry to make solid gains on these. And if you guys aren't used to trading over-the-counter stocks, if this isn't your shtick, if this isn't your niche, I can tell you that by experience, this is a very volatile market. So when I'm looking for something that has serious gains, I'm talking 100% plus, something that's going to double my money or more. And so LVCA is one of them, HIPH is another, and EPSC is the third one for this week that I'm just keeping my eye on, and I'll go over you know, why I think that is, and how I see value, and why I think that there's potential here. And you know, I could just kind of go over that real quick. So all right, so let me go ahead and do the use here. I will shrink myself down here in the bottom corner so you can still see my beautiful face, but it's just not taking up, and I'm kicking you guys out, so get the hell out. All right, get the hell out. Keep asking questions though, I'll come back to you, don't worry. All right, so the first one I want to touch on was EPSC. So if you're not part of We Trade HQ, this is my community that I have helped create, and it's a community of like-minded individuals where you can chit chat, network, and just talk with anybody who's willing to listen about whatever it is that you're trading. So over here, there's no post on this one yet, but there's been some recent activity, and this is why I'm watching it. But you know, over here you guys can chat about it. So like, you know, Epic Stores is well, you know, Epic, of course they are. Why not? Oops, look at that. That probably could have been a really big mistake, but fortunately I can go ahead and edit it. So yeah, this is one of the primary features of We Trade HQ, is for you to get to network and talk about what it is that you're looking to possibly trade, and then you can do live technical analysis right here on the site. So I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to draw a line here, and this is how I identify, or I'm going to show you here how I am looking for, or what I'm looking for here. It is the solid support level that we saw on Friday. This was shouted out within the group, and I also saw value in this. It's one of those things where we don't have a pending catalyst on it yet, but I like the share structure and everything else like that, so I'm going to go ahead and go over that with you real quick. But I wanted to show you, whoops, how I identify this solid support level, and how, so it's touched on 21 several times. We got one big 21 here, and this is on a 1 hour chart, by the way, over the last several days, and it's tapped on to 21 quite a few times. It dipped down below that at 19, so lucky you if you got in. I think there was a select few of you that did, but it's been coming right back to that 21 mark. And on Friday, it closed around 29. For me, I think 29, it might not hold that, depending on, you know, unless there's some sort of catalyst, you know, depending on that we could see a certain, you know, drop back on this to 25. So if you weren't able to get in at 21, I would suggest saying maybe getting in at the 25, because as you can see here, it's bumped on 25 several times here now. And that would be another solid entry if you're looking to get in on something like EPSC. Again, I'm not saying that you should buy this, but if I were to buy it, that would be the area that I would get in my opinion. And so we can go ahead and look at what's going on here. So there's a stop sign. So typically we're not crazy about stop signs, but we're looking at this in a way where it's like, you know, okay, are they looking to get current? What's going on? And not much on that as far as SEC filings go in the way of getting current, but there is some decent volume going on here, and I think that this could be in the share structure. Again, it's not too bad, not too shabby. My guess is it's somewhere around in the 500 million share range, and that is certainly movable. It's a nice, decent float. If I were to estimate what the float would be currently, since this is not going to be current, obviously. And so if I'm just looking at the authorized shares versus outstanding, I think this could be somewhere around the 500 million share range, maybe, perhaps. The way it's trading, though, it's trading much thinner than that. I think it's could be much less than 500 million shares. But seeing some decent volume, and this is what I do, right? I go on Equity Feed, which is the scanner that I have. I look for some unusual volume, see why it might be trading this way, and that's what it's been doing. It's been seeing some really decent volume, not a whole lot of news, but the play here is to play this bottom, the bottom of the chart. So we're looking at the bottom of the chart here after it's been trading for the last several weeks. And you know, I think this is certainly a oversold situation. If it gets back down to 21 or 25, you can make a decent, you know, flip if you're looking to do something like that. Or if you have, you know, if you're a little bit more ballsy and, you know, looking to make a swing trade on this, maybe you hold it for a day or two. Maybe something else will come out on Epic Store. So again, this isn't something that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm screaming to the hilltops to buy. This is just something to watch, and this is why I'm watching it, because of the activity that has, you know, appeared on this. All right, so EPSC, that's one of them. Another one is HIPH. I know I've touched on this one before, but we're getting closer and closer to that kickoff date, which is August 27th of the CBD beverage launch. Again, they're the only company that has hydrogen water that's CBD infused, and their CEO, and I use Twitter a lot, you know, to look up certain things. You know, this isn't, you know, the end all be all, but Twitter is useful, and it does have its uses, especially when it comes to their, you know, companies communicating with its investors, and oftentimes you can find stuff. So Ryan Fishoff is actually the CEO of HIPH, and so he assured everybody, which I thought this is great, that currently companies looking to reducing the outstanding share structure, provide updates on this matter according in the future. And then he also said to clarify, the reduction shares would come from a retirement of outstanding, not a reverse split. So it you know, could be not only could it be the event that we're going into on August 27th with the launch of the new product, but if we're looking at this as far as reducing share structure or shrinking the share structure, I think that would be another nice little catalyst to send this. And the way it's being traded, being traded very thinly. I can show you here as well. As you can see, I've been talking about it for the last couple weeks. And so I like to look at the daily chart on this one. So it is a little bit on a downtrend, but I think that, again, could be a nice solid bottom support. Look how long it's been since it's been at these levels. So for me, I think this could be a nice solid bottom play. As you guys know, that I am a huge proponent of finding these bottom plays and riding them, whether it's based off of certain catalysts or maybe it's just, oh, this is just a way oversold situation. But I think HIPH has a lot to offer here. And based off of past due diligence that I've already shared with you guys, I think this could be a great entry here. Would be somewhere around the 131, 130 range. I don't foresee it going too much lower than that. Some slight dilution on this. As we know, we're not big fans of that, but it is one of those things where it's just a necessary evil oftentimes with OTCs, and you can still make money on stocks that are being diluted, but it's definitely something that you want to watch out for and consider when, you know, making an investment decision on something like HIPH. LVCA. So this one is another one that I haven't actually touched on, but a lot of people are definitely interested in it and love it, and here's why. And this is another reason why I think it should be one to watch for. LVCA is an Apparel stock, Apparel related stock. So Joseph Apparel, if you are new to OTC trading, is a mastermind at taking a company and really having it take off. So LVCA, he's Joseph Apparel is the merge king. He loves to do these merge plays, and so obviously here was a solid bottom here, you know, a few days ago, and there was another one I think was like another good entry would have been somewhere around the 153 range. Now that it's being bought up, it's looking like perhaps there was a attorney letter that came out on this, if I'm not mistaken. So there's the filing for that, and I think I had it pulled up actually. Let's see here. Yeah, attorney letter with respect to current information. So they're looking to get current. After they get current, we know what happens. You know, there's always some sort of catalyst. That's what we look for. There's always a cycle. So when companies are, you know, in its shell form and in its defunct form, we're looking for reinstatements. And then after that reinstatement, they look to get current. And so once they get current, then we look to see why it is that they took this company over. Why did they spend all the money to reinstate? Why did they spend all the money to get current, have all their filings up to date? And then we see, you know, what's actually going on with the company. What what is it that they're doing. And so for Joseph Acaro, historically, he's taken sub-penny stocks and these shells and gets them current and then merges them with other companies. We saw that most recently with CYPE, even though the company they merged with probably wasn't the best company to merge with. It still ran from sub-penny to 60 cents. You have plenty of money and plenty of time to get out of that thing before it did what it did. But still, that's a good example of what happens whenever Acaro takes over a stock. Is like he just takes something from nothing and just runs it like an insane amount. So if you got in something like that at a half a penny to 60 cents, you're talking thousands of % in gains, thousands. So yeah, so LVCA, the important thing to note here is attorney letter with respect to current information. And so if you click on that, basically they're just telling you that their letter of intent was to get current, and we should see current status come from them very shortly, in my opinion. The yield sign's already on there, so all they're looking for a couple more filings, and then they're good to go. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and just check. Okay. Just going to bring myself back here. Those are the 3 stocks that I'm currently watching. Whoops. What the hell? 3 stocks that I'm currently watching this week. Again, let me reiterate that it's not stocks that I am telling you to buy or that I'm personally going to be buying. It's just a watch list, the stock watch list. If I see a move, then I'm going to probably make a move. But it's just to watch for now and see what happens. I will say that, full disclosure, HIPH is the only one out of those 3 that I'm currently invested in. But I've already disclosed that to you. And just watching to see what happens as we go into that launch date. So yeah, just going to go ahead and check out some of the other questions, if any, that people have. It can be about anything. It can be about the shirts that we just launched. It could be about the website, stocks I'm watching, any of that. So feel free to ask away. I'm going to go ahead and see what you guys are talking about. BioAQ was up 72%. Yeah. We all know how I feel about BioAQ and the explosion that I had on YouTube about that. So we're not going to rehash that. Any news on PACV? Not that I've seen so far. GST, I can take a look at that. And REEI. Yeah, REEI was one to watch last week. Custodianship was supposedly had gone through, and it kind of was non-reactive to any of that. So it was one of those things where, like I said, it was a stock to watch because of that custodianship that was going through with the Dave Lazar custodianship. Usually a popular one to, to make a play on, and it just didn't. It was non-reactionary. And I think maybe some of that could be up, chalked up to the summertime, where summertime, as you guys might know already, that it's a pretty slow period for us. And, I think it's one of those things where it's an unfortunate thing. You think that something like that's going to happen, and then nothing did. It was just non-reactionary, unfortunately. Let's see. I just see a bunch of tickers, guys. You're going to have to give me more than just a ticker. NNSR. So NNSR, that was an interesting one. I know that at least you give me something to go off of. Thanks, Alan. I appreciate that. So, I want actual questions, not just throwing tickers at me. Give me something to go off of. So, NNSR has a stop sign. Got quite a bit of filings to go. But I know a lot of people, there's been quite a bit of activity, I should say, on this. Most recent float, 265 million. That's really not bad. It's not a pretty decent float. Now let's look at the chart. So this is a stock that was just reinstated. So I'm going to go ahead and shrink myself down back here just so you can see the chart that I'm looking at. Whoops. We'll take a look at it together. So NNSR, look at the 1 hour chart here. Some pretty decent activity on the daily. And I don't know what we would see as far as, I mean, with the reinstatement that happened on Friday, I imagine that at the open, this is going to have potentially a gap up. So, you know, obviously what was moving it was this reinstatement play. The only, like, I don't know, I don't even like that. So let's see if there's another entry possibly. There's really not. You know, that's the tough part about playing chart on a catalyst as far as trying to find an entry. Once the catalyst has already occurred, you kind of have to, it's almost kind of a guessing game at that point. But if I were to pick another entry point, it would be probably 054. I imagine it's going to be gapping up tomorrow, though. We'll certainly keep that on watch. I'll put it on my watch list as well. But it's a nice find. If you already were in NNSR, then I imagine it's going to be a pretty decent day for you. You know, the volume coming in should thin this out a little bit from a share structure standpoint. And if I recall correctly, there's quite a bit of spread on this as far as the price is concerned, which, you know, I'm not a huge fan of. But, you know, it could mean that spread will thin out. The thing is that when you get a lot more people trading it, then, you know, the market makers will thin that spread out. They'll make the spread much tighter, and then, you know, it gets to be a little bit more liquid that way. And then that's when I like it. When I can get in and out with ease, that's the kind of plays that I like. So we'll keep an eye on NNSR. I think it might be a nice, decent one. Is JA, I'm assuming Joseph Acaro, just making sure that LRDR is a home run because of some of the suspensions, even though they've happened. He did his thing. So LRDR is another Joseph Acaro play. Yeah, I think that we will see a merger announcement probably very soon. It's very close, and it might be, yeah, there might be some, you know, some reservation or hesitation with what happened with CYPE and not getting suspended. So it could mean that, you know, there is some more crossing of the T's and dotting of the I's, if you will, when it comes to LRDR. I'm not going to go into it too much because we've just, you know, I feel like we've beat that one to death. But LRDR, I think, is still, you know, one to watch out for. And merger announcement, I think, on that's going to be coming very, very soon. Bob, great shirts. I have 2 of the old style. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm excited for you guys to get them. The old style is not going to have the old group name on there anymore. It's just going to be WeTrade HQ, and I think it's much more authentic. I mean, you've got WeTrade HQ over here, and OTC original, and all kinds of other stuff. And yeah, I'm just excited for you guys to take a look at them and actually get to see them for yourself. And I know that a lot of you have been looking forward to that. INND increased float Friday. Sorry if you can hear that. Increased float Friday, 8K, but maybe you have, anytime you're increasing the float, it's never a good thing. INND, I don't think that's going to be a good idea. Maybe used for acquisitions. Look, INND, I know they had the thing with Walmart, but if you're increasing your share structure, people aren't fans of that. I don't imagine that that's going to be a reaction to something like that is going to be very well received. When they announced that they were, you know, selling their products with Walmart, it was a big day for them. Lots of action going on, but it just didn't, you know, anytime you're going to increase the float, like, why would you do, I don't know why you would do that. I think it's a poor decision, but I know that they're the share structure is pretty small, so maybe they're looking to make it a little bit more liquid, because, you know, there is a such thing as having too small of a float. If you can't get buyers in there because all the investors have, you know, locked up your float, that can pose a problem if your float is too small, your share structure is too tiny. But yeah, I mean, you just have to see. I don't think that that's a positive catalyst in the short term. So if you're holding long term and that potentially there's going to be some sort of acquisition going on and that's why they did it, if your risk tolerance is there, then sure, maybe you could hold on to that and be comfortable with that. But from a short term standpoint, anytime a company increases the float or adds shares to their structure, it's never a good thing. Again, short term, it's never a good thing. Thanks for getting the top of the shirt removed. Yeah. From the old group. Yeah. Right. So, good point, Alan. Sounds like you guys are pretty excited about the apparel, so and I am too. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Thanks for guys for tuning in. A couple of things I want to cover real quick. If you're joining for the first time ever watching this video, please go and click the links down in the description. We are WeTradeHQ. I know that this channel is Own the Chaos, and yes, I am one big part of it right now, but the goal is to have an equal playing field of not just over-the-counter stocks, but Forex, cryptocurrency, big board stocks, options. It's all going to be there for you, and it's all starting to come together, as you guys saw with Scott and Daniel with Scott Phillips Trading, and he just went live this past week, which is a really huge deal for us. And I encourage you to get to know Scott a little bit more. He's going to be hopping into Discord. Him and Daniel are going to be hopping into Discord and getting to know you folks a little bit better starting this week. And, they've just obviously got a lot of busy stuff going on with their own business, but they're working on, very interested and very happy to be part of the WeTradeHQ community. And so that they're going to be making much more of a presence within our Discord group and our chat groups and all that. So definitely be on the lookout for that coming this week. And we are in the works of having other partners come on that trade big board stocks and options in particular. So be on the lookout for that as well. And yeah, so show them some love, show Scott some love, and show me some love by smashing that like button if you learned something today, or if you're interested in learning more about WeTradeHQ or my channel, hit that subscribe button, punch that alert, check out the links in the description, and as always, I will see you all before the bell tomorrow. That's all I got tonight, guys. Peace out, have a good one, and see you in the morning, see you in the AM. Oh, wait a minute. B. Smith is out.